Captain Midnight.
Okay, I am really excited about this. The 32-page first issue of my comic book Binary Sea is available right now on the comic crowdfunding site Zoop. Binary Sea is a sci-fi adventure story that follows the members of a British naval crew aboard the HMS Pontus and their pirate prisoners. They're chasing a prize they don't fully understand and end up encountering threats they never thought possible. I really don't want to give away too many spoilers here, but I will say if you're a fan of the Pirates movies, Master and Commander, or Star Trek, my love for all of those things wound up in the pages of this comic. It's about an ensemble cast of characters thrown into a wild situation, and I can't wait to introduce you to all of them. I'm really proud of our first issue, and I hope you enjoy it. In case you need a little more convincing though, here is a trailer I am honestly thrilled to finally present.
Rules for the regulation of His Majesty's Royal Navy. Article 1. None shall presume to quarrel with or strike his superior officer. The pain of such punishment shall be at the captain's discretion. Article 2. A sailor who disobeys a direct order or shirks the duties of his captain in any manner shall endure the pain of 7 lashes to the back. Article 3. Any person aboard the ship who utters words of sedition and mutiny, or endeavors to devise mutinous assemblies, shall suffer death. It is only when a sailor follows these rules to the letter that he has any hope of a return to home and safe harbor. Please, do not disappoint me.
I wanted to make sure that this issue was as widely accessible as I could, so the digital edition of Binary Sea #1 is priced at only $2. I want everyone to be able to check it out without breaking the bank. And here's the thing, this entire issue is already finished, it's done, and you will get your digital editions when the campaign wraps up, with the physical versions to follow in the mail. I was lucky enough to co-create this with a great artist, Jason Piperberg, whose work on Raising Dion inspired the Netflix show of the same name. He did some amazing stuff with this large cast and all these intricate ships, and Luca Romano, who brought it all to life with his colors, and has previously done tremendous work on Mad Cave Comics' Nottingham. Speaking of, not only can you get a physical copy with Jason's fantastic cover, but I also teamed up with Flops Comics, who was able to create an incredible variant cover, which is an homage to a classic that I'm sure you'll all recognize. Alongside that, we have an awesome art print available, but I knew that wasn't enough. See, that $2 price point, it's a little risky for me, I'm not gonna lie, but keeping the issue affordable is so important. So here's what I'm doing. If you're an aspiring video creator on YouTube, especially someone in the pop culture realm, for $200 you can submit some videos and hop on an hour-long phone call with me about navigating thumbnails, topic selection, and all the stuff that comes with running a channel. Some disclaimers go along with that you can check out on the campaign page, but if that sounds good to you, I'd love to talk. Jason is doing one for artists too, and we're both going to commit to getting to everyone who signs up in the next 8 months. Oh, and there's also 2 $300 spots available for the option to get drawn into issue 2 and die a spectacular on-page death, which I think will be worth every penny. On a more serious note, my first ever Captain Midnight video was actually about how so many amazing comic writers and artists never really got their due and struggled to make ends meet while their characters brought in billions of dollars. So it only felt right to acknowledge that here as well. I'm going to be making a donation either way, but if we hit our stretch goal, I will be giving $1,000 to the Hero Initiative, an organization that assists comic creators who may need some emergency medical aid or some financial help with life essentials. So that's the campaign, along with some bundle options that you should definitely check out as well. But I want to talk more about the comic and my plans for the future, so please stick around for something a little different. Hi, I'm Graham. I know, this is kind of weird for me too. For those of you who just skipped to this part, my comic Binary C is crowdfunding right now on Zoop. It is $2 for the digital edition, and the comic is already finished. That link is in the description. To be honest, I've never had a big desire to come out in front of the camera and talk to you all like this. I mean, I've been making Captain Midnight videos for 7 years, and I've never done it once, so that probably doesn't come as a huge surprise to you. But this was really the only way that I could think of to convey just how important this project, and really the medium of comics itself, is to me. I wrote this first issue of Binary C in 2021, and it's been a long road since then, but I've learned a lot in the process. The main thing I would say is that I just learned that I love doing this. Crafting these characters and this world, thinking about them constantly and putting that on the page, collaborating with Jason as he brought that vision to life and added so much of his own artistic sensibility to it, and then seeing how Luca's colors brought a whole other dimension to the story. I'm sorry to be so earnest about this, but honestly, it was the most creatively rewarding experience of my life. I really don't know how this campaign will go, but I do know that this will not be my last comic. I saved up AdSense and sponsorship money for a good while to make this one possible, and if need be, I'll do it again. But, you know, it would be better if the campaign did really well. So, kind of in that spirit, I'm setting up a small line of comics called Title Track. What is Title Track? Well, it's pretty simple, really. I'm not planning a massive connected universe or really anything like that. I just want to make worthwhile comics in different genres with different art styles that don't have to all cross over to make sense. I'm really proud of this first issue of Binary C and how everything came together, but I know that I can't stop there. I have to keep working hard to improve as a writer and as a collaborator. I have a second issue script finished for Binary C that I'm currently polishing up, and I can't wait to dive into that alongside another project, which means continuing to reach out to talented artists and other creative people in comics. It's important to me that with Title Track, everyone who I bring aboard who pours their heart and their talent into these projects gets paid a very reasonable and fair rate and gets paid on time, which I know sounds like it should just be a given, but honestly, when you look at the current state of the comic industry, it just often isn't. So that's my very simple vision for Title Track. Right now, I'm taking it one comic at a time. I want to put out quality work with talented people and tell stories that I hope will appeal to comic book readers, but also to those who don't currently think of themselves as comic fans, which I know will include a lot of my audience. And you may like my videos, but you don't know me as a fiction writer. It would honestly make sense to be a little skeptical. So my goal going forward is to earn that trust by creating entertaining comics that are worth your time and your investment in them. I will direct you one last time to the Binary C Zoop campaign page. It's right down there in the description. I really hope you check it out, and I will see you next week.
Here's a special tip for the fellows and girls.
The regulation of His Majesty's Royal Navy. Article 1. None shall presume to quarrel with or strike his superior officer. The pain of such punishment shall be that the captain...
To have not only barrels of fun, but loads of free gifts and prizes too.